In the last class, in the day one, we were actually checking about why have to we learn Power BI or data analytics. We have talked about all the use cases, and then why particularly this tool. There are n number of tools in the market. Why we learning only Power BI? I've given a 5 strong justification, and if you want, I can even give 500 justifications, but 5 is enough to decide that this is on top. Okay. Now, with this, we have also seen the Gartner's like ranking, like how each and every tool has been ranked on the chart. And also we were able to see the volume search, the features, comparison between the top one and top two. Obviously, the only one tool which Power BI should be aware of is who is the next. The next one is Tableau. So we started comparing, and finally we've decided to learn Power BI. Okay. Now let's go with the few more things that we need to talk about. So once we have talked about all this, we also know that it's a very new tool. When I say new tool, it's 2015 to 2024, 9 years old. With this 9 years old tool, we are going to learn now. Now let's see how it really works. How it really works. Okay. Now we will try to understand the architecture. This we can call it as a architecture itself. Okay. Very easy. Very easy. We do have something called Power BI Desktop. What is this? This is a software. This is a software that you can install it in your machine. Okay. Now, this Power BI Desktop, you can do some reporting. You can do some reporting. Okay. What is that reporting? You can convert the data into chart. Now, let me show you some already built report as an example. Okay. So I'll open Power BI Desktop. As I've told you, Power BI Desktop is a software which I'm opening now. Now this is a Power BI Desktop. Okay. Now I'll open some of the reports which is already built. Let's say this is one of the report that I'm going to build now. I've already built. Let me show you that. Just a minute. This is a report that we have built. It's basically a Flipkart report. Okay, you can see that Flipkart icon, and we can see that you can select month, year, and we can select the month, and automatically every chart you see gets the auto populated. For example, if I go and see 2016, entire values gets changed with respect to 2016. Okay, this is a sample report. Where did I build a sample report? This sample report is built in a desktop. It's in the Power BI Desktop. What is Power BI Desktop? It's a software. It's a software. Now, everyone has to install the software in order to do the report. Because this software is where you can do all this drag and drop. The sample report which I'm showing you here, what if I say you that we have not even written a single line of code? Everything what we have done is just a drag and drop, right? Now, the same report, I think I still remember the day that we have already challenged in the next 20 days, 20 classes, you will be able to do this report single-handedly. That is what we have already agreed, correct? Now, this report we have built in something called Power BI Desktop. Simply one cannot build the desktop report. We need data for that. We need data for that. The data can come from anywhere. It can come from Excel. It can come from CSV. Okay, it can come from any of the source. It can come from any of the source. Okay, it can come from any of the source. With the help of this data, we are going to do the reporting. We are going to do the reporting. And here in this Power BI Desktop, we will do all the charts. Imagine this is a Power BI report. Maybe here I'll do pie chart, here I'll do column chart, here I'll do line chart. So some reporting I'll do. All this we are going to do in Power BI desktop. Now, this Power BI desktop, if I want to show it to my actual client, do you think I can carry my laptop? No, right? My client is there in US. My client is there in UK. Now, how can I go and show this? I cannot carry my laptop here and there. After building the report, I will not courier my laptop. No, right? So how can I share this report to my end users? How can I share my report to my business users? Whatever I have built, I have to show to my clients. They should be able to access our report. How is that possible? That is possible with the help of something called Power BI service. Your Power BI desktop is for building your reports. Your Power BI service is for sharing your reports to the end users. Correct? Now, from desktop to Power BI service, you will be having a connection. That means you will be logging with one organization ID. Each and every one will be having this organization email ID. With the organization email ID, you will be publishing from the Power BI desktop to Power BI service. Now, this Power BI service is like a web URL. It will be like a URL, and that will be accessible by anyone from any part of the world. Even if someone is in Bermuda Triangle, he can still access our report. Do you all know story about Bermuda Triangle? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if my clients is on the border of Bermuda Triangle, with just internet, they can go and access our report. You need not take your laptop everywhere. Because you have built a report in the desktop, you are pushing it to Power BI service. Power BI service is like a web URL. With that web URL, anyone can go and access your report. Now, this is very, very simple architecture. This is how Power BI works. Now, 80 to 85% of the times, we will be spending our time on Power BI desktop, because that is where your most of the challenges is required. See, you go and ask your mom. The most difficult part is cutting the vegetables, cooking, and putting in that cooker or boiler, whatever vessel, everything, preparing, everything is difficult. Getting that plate to dining table is very easy. Getting that plate to dining table is very easy. It's a presenting to others. Similarly, majority of the times you are going to spend on Power BI desktop, well, 15% we will be spending on Power BI service. From today, your 85% of your desktop syllabus starts. We'll be start installing all this and we'll be start working with that. And 15% towards the end of our Power BI topics, we'll be publishing this to the end users. So majorly we'll be working with desktop. 15% is very easy because we are just going to share the report. Okay. Now, with this architecture, let's start our installation process. Let's start our installation process. This is how we will be building a report, a sample report. And the good thing is you can access it over phone, you can access it over your tablet, or you can access it over your websites. That is what I'll be sharing through Power BI service. Okay. Now, this is what is the end goal. Now, as I said, in order to build a report, you need a desktop. So we will see the installation. We'll see the installation. Okay. The installation is very, 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 very difficult. Okay. Very difficult. You know what you need to do? You need to go back, search in your search bar, search what is that name? I forgot. Sorry, let me open this. Okay, Microsoft Store. I remember now. So just go to your search and search Microsoft Store. Okay, just go and search Microsoft Store. In your search bar, in your machine, go and search Microsoft Store. Okay, so once you go and search Microsoft Store, you will be seeing all the apps present in the store. For example, Instagram, Telegram, Snapshot, whatever it is, VLC, games. All these are the application that we have. All these are the applications we have. What you need to do, you even have Netflix, LinkedIn, Facebook, all these applications you have. What you really need is just go to the search tab. Just go to the search tab. Go and search Power BI Desktop. Just go and search Power BI Desktop. In this Power BI Desktop, in this place, you will see install. You will see install. That's all. That is the installation. Since I've already installed, it is showing open. In your case, it will show install. Is it difficult? Is it difficult?
No.
Very, very,
No.
very difficult.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now, worst case, what you can do is you can go with this link. Okay, you can go with this link. You just click this link. Automatically, it will take you to this. Automatically, it will take you to this. Go to the products. Just click Microsoft Power BI Desktop. Okay, and then it will ask you to download free. If you click the download free, automatically it is telling you that this site is trying to open in Microsoft Store. You simply go and click this open. Directly it will open the Microsoft Store only. So it is a straightforward installation if you have a Microsoft Store. Very easy. Just like what you can install the other applications, you can directly install your Power BI Desktop. But the problem is you have few problems here. Your Microsoft Store is there, right? Your Microsoft Store is there, right? That is, if you just go and search here Microsoft Store, this Microsoft Store will not be present in your machine if you are using Windows 7. I don't think anyone is using Windows 7 still. Windows 7. Okay. Now we are in the version of 10 and 11. Windows 10 and 11. Has 12 been launched or still we are in 11?
11.
Not available in Windows 7. So if you are in Windows, directly you can download in Microsoft Store. Okay, just go and search your store. Just go and search your store. You will automatically get a Windows Store and you should be able to get it. If you are not, in case if you are having a Windows 7, unfortunately, you cannot do it. Now, you still have a workaround. You still have a workaround. What you can do is you simply go here. You simply go here. You click this link. It will take you to the download. And if you just click a Power BI Desktop, if you click a download free, it will directly go to the Microsoft Store. But in case if you don't have a Microsoft Store, assuming that your laptop is Windows 7, in case if you're having a Windows 7, you may not have store. In that case, please go and click this. Please go and click this and you can go and download this system requirement. It is saying Windows 10. So Windows 8 is also possible. You can also have a Windows 8 and simply go and click download. And if it's a 32-bit, you can go with this. If it's a 64-bit, you can go with this. Assuming that my system is 64-bit, I will download this. Now I can install this. So this will be a manual installation. Very easy. Only 4 steps. Next. Don't do this if you have a Windows 10 machine, because Windows 10 means directly it is available here. Why we need to do why we need to make our things complication? Okay, only if you are a Windows 7 or 8, in that case you can go and download it by like this. Okay, but I don't prefer to do this. So once it is downloaded, you can always go and install it. Very easy things. Okay, but still I don't think Windows 7 is supportable. You see here, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows Server, Windows 11. So 7, probably it's time for you to update in case if your Windows is 7. So even 8 is okay, 10 is okay, 11 is okay. So if you don't have a store, directly go and get it from the installation with the help of this. This is also not required if you have Windows 10. Okay. Now, I have a bad news. You cannot use Power BI desktop if you have a Mac OS. Those who have Mac OS, I'm sorry to say this, you cannot use Power BI desktop. Okay, what is a workaround? In Mac OS itself, you please install some virtual machine. You already know how to use virtual machine, and that Windows virtual machine should be Windows, and inside that you have the store, and directly go and get the Power BI desktop. This is what you can do. A bad news for all the Mac users. I'm sorry to say this, you cannot install in the Mac machine directly. Instead, you try to get a Mac machine, you try to get a virtual machine. Inside the virtual machine, you go and search the Microsoft Store. In that, you should be able to get. But for all the Windows users, especially if you are a Windows 10 users, straight away go search in the store, install it. It's like your Play Store. You go to your mobile, you search a Play Store. In the Play Store, you start getting the apps, right? Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Similarly, Power BI desktop is also an application where you can go and get it directly. Okay, so this is all about installation. Any questions on installation? Are we good? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If the client is on Mac, is using Mac, and if you want to share your report with them, will they not be able to access it?
As I said, there are two things you need to think about it. One is development, one is sharing. Sharing, anyone can go and log in the web. Whether you're a Mac user or a Windows user, you will be just logging in through the web version. This is a web version. For this, I'm talking about only development. If you have a Mac machine, you cannot develop the reports I'm seeing. Accessing,
Okay.
anyone can access. It's all because of URL. So URL you can access in any system, but application, if you want to install a software, that software is not installable in Mac directly. That's what I meant.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, with all this, after installation, you'll be able to see an icon. You'll be able to see, if you go and search Power BI desktop, PowerPoint presentation is again a Microsoft product. All these are Microsoft products. Similarly, Power BI desktop is also a Microsoft product. You should be able to see this. Before coming to the next class, you have to make sure that this is installed in your machine, because today we are completing all the theory part. From tomorrow, it's going to be only practicals. From the next class, it's going to be only practicals. Okay. Now with that practicals, you need to make sure that you have this desktop version. Okay. Now, once you have the desktop version, now you will have a lot of questions like, before we start the actual topic, you will have a lot of questions. Will I get job in Power BI? Correct. So you have a lot of questions on this. So we are going to discuss about where do we have opportunity for data analytics. Actually, honestly speaking, I should have redesigned this PPT, this slide. I should have given a heading like where we don't have opportunity for data analytics. Okay. I'll give you 30 seconds time. I'll give you 30 seconds time. Tell me a domain. Tell me a field. Okay. Tell me a place where we don't involve data. Anyone?
Sure. This slide blank.
Sorry.
If there is no data, then you can keep this slide blank because everywhere is data.
Yeah. Is there anything you can think of? Is there any domain where data is not involved? Come on, think.
Agriculture.
Agriculture. So don't the agriculture is having data? How many crops you have soak it, or how many of revenue you have generated? Obviously data is there, right?
Yes.
I'll give an open challenge to you. If you say that any domain where data is not involved, right away, I'll resign my job. Come on, anyone? Anyone?
No, sir, everywhere is data.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. When data is there, obviously there will be opportunity. Okay, you talk about a telecommunication network where how many times I'm calling, how many times I'm sending messages, how much of internet, how much of bandwidth I'm using, everything is data. You go to an hospital where everything is data. What is your heartbeat? What is the just take out your pulse, that is a data, right? What is your oxygen level? That's a data. Every single point in a data, where you see all the things which is on the screen, everywhere data involved. Banking, the most place where we will be using n number of data points, because we have the customers, we have the sales, we have the bank balance, all of this is involved. Well, one or the other place you will definitely get a job in this domains, because data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. Okay, now, okay, we have talked about data analytics. We have talked about the roles and responsibilities. We have talked about the reporting. What is your role? Maybe small things. You'll have to do a data cleaning. You have to do charts. And we have seen the Swiggy report. I've also shown you a Flipkart report. All this you'll be doing. If the data is not clean, you'll be doing the report. All good, right? What's next? You'll be falling into any of this domain. If you're banking, you'll report on the banking. If you're a you fall into a telecommunication, maybe you'll do a reporting for them. Maybe you fall into a retail, maybe you have done the report for a Flipkart. All this you will be doing. Okay, now, last question most of you will have: why do we have to learn this? Who is the right person who can learn this course? And more importantly, will I get a job? And followed by, I can learn from anywhere. Why should I join KSR? If that's your question, I'm going to spend around 5 minutes to answer all of your questions. Then I'll give an open mic question, so you can ask whatever questions, because from next class, we are going to start practicals. In KSR, okay, we'll be learning all the latest technologies, starting with SQL, Power BI. Also, we'll be learning Azure, the cloud. We are going to the cloud, and followed by May 22nd or 23rd, I remember last year, Microsoft has come up with a beautiful update called Fabric. It's just less than 1 year old. We are also going to teach that. Okay, we are also going to teach that. And every topic that we are going to cover will always be a live example, that what I have experienced in my projects, I'm going to cover. Okay, I am not a trainer. Listen carefully. I am not a trainer. I'm a person who's working in an organization, being managed almost 70 to 80 projects. My experience, whatever I've done in my projects, I'm going to share with you all. It's just a knowledge sharing sessions. That's it. Okay, don't think me as a trainer. Okay, I've never studied anything. I've never gone through any of the exams and all. Right? Very simple. What I'm doing in the company, I'm going to help you here. Right? So whatever I've done the projects, the same examples, the live examples, I'm going to explain here. Okay, so I never come to class prepared. Remember that. Okay, today I need to teach this topic, tomorrow I need to teach topic. No, whatever I'm doing in my project, the same thing I'm going to explain here. That's the second point. And You can expect 100 hours of technical training. It goes more than that. Usually it happens in KSR. We never close on time. Very openly, I'm saying. Okay. We openly say that we never close on time. The reason, every time you will have a lot of questions, you will have a lot of scenarios, we'll discuss, we'll have some mock interviews, we will have all this. So obviously it will go to 120 hours. The syllabus says that it's 100 hours. The syllabus say that it's 100 hours, but it goes up to 120 hours. Okay, that is there. Apart from that, if you want to use Power BI, 100% you have to have an organization email ID. Without the organization email ID, you will not be able to get that real-time experience of working in company. Here in KSR, each and everyone who joins with us, we will be giving an organization email ID. For example, if you join TCS, santosh@tcs.com, you will be getting. If you join HCL, santosh@hcl.com, you'll be getting an organization email ID. So if you're going, people who don't have experience in corporate, once you get into a corporate, you're not supposed to use your Gmail for your communication. Remember that. Organization will give you a separate email ID. You have to use that organization email ID for working with for talking to your clients, talking to your managers. That way, whenever you are joining our institute, we are going to give you the credentials. So you can talk to me, you can talk to anyone in KSR, you can talk to anyone on the floor with KSR email ID. You have Microsoft Teams, you have Microsoft Outlook, we have Power BI. Everything has to be logged in with your KSR email ID alone. Okay, so that experience you will get here. And very proud to say that in the entire India, we are the only institute to give account for each and every user. There are a lot of other institutes where they give only 2 dummy accounts. With these 2 dummy accounts, they'll ask almost 50 people to use it. But we are not like that. We are going to give you each and every person. We are going to give you this, and we are paying this for license. Okay, we are paying for each and every person. We have a very close connection with Microsoft. Since I am also working in Microsoft, we have Mahesh, who is very close to Microsoft. We have a good rapport. So somehow we are getting the license. So that is the reason we are able to give to our each and every person, whoever is joining us. Okay. And people call KSR as an institute, but I would call it a startup. So KSR is a startup. You come here, we work together. We will have that corporate culture, because every communication is going to be professional. You want to ask any doubt, you have to send an email, right? If you want to chat with me, you need not send it in the WhatsApp. You can always send it in the Microsoft Teams. It's going to be completely professional. Okay. Now, followed by, we are going to help you with the real-time projects. The problem with most of the people who are trying to learn Power BI is they don't have that real-time experience. Simply they'll go through some YouTube videos, maybe they'll go with some scenarios and they'll come up with it. But the biggest challenge is they'll not have that real-time experience. Okay, so we are going to have 3 projects implemented in the complete course. At every phase of the project, we are going to complete one project. Domain we'll be choosing at that time. Whichever domain is in demand, we'll be choosing. And apart from that, I will also help you to figure out if it is a different domain. Apart from these 3 projects, if there is a different domain, how to create a report, how to get the calculations, all this I'm going to explain. Okay. All in all, we are always focused at interview guidance. We give you complete interview guidance. Okay. And we make sure that we help you in your resume preparation. We'll get back to you one-on-one. We will figure out what is your background, what have you done previously, if you had a career gap, if you had a like 1 year experience, 2 years experience, are you a fresher? Based on your experience, we will give you one-to-one guidance and we will help you in resume preparation. And finally, you keep listening to me, for sure you'll also learn communication skill, how to handle clients, how to speak to your managers, how to be confident, and how to face your clients, how to face interviews, how to get fear of interviews, and finally, most importantly, how to settle in IT, like how you can secure yourself, how to manage your work, how to manage the other things, everything you will learn. Apart from this, over the weekends, you will have some extra classes or special classes. Technical classes from me, it will be from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we have some agile classes, how project works, how you'll get a requirement. Some of the guest lectures, we try to make use of your weekends. It will be like a bit of non-technical. So you can get that from our course. Okay. Now, all these are definitely positives of KSR. Okay. All these are definitely positives of KSR. I hope no one is there in our team, KSR team. Let me share you a few negatives also. You want to know negatives of KSR? You want to know negatives of KSR?
No.
Okay. You want to know or you don't want to know?
Yes, sir. We want to know.
You want to know, right? See, obviously, it's your hard-earned money. So definitely, I'll be talking about both positives and negatives. Let me tell you negatives. 100% we will make you to work on each and every assignment. There is no exception. Even if you're a chief minister's son or a daughter, there is no exception. You have to do the assignment. You have to do the homework. You have to build the project with us. This is a negative. We are not just going to leave you just like that. We will make you work. You may scold us, you may do anything, you may even you may leave the organization or leave the training, but we are going to force you to do the assignments. It's a very strict rule from the KSR management that each and everyone who joins KSR has to work. Only seeing the videos, I'll go prepare, I'll get the job, it doesn't work. Whoever has got trained from KSR has never ever came back to our institute saying that I'm not able to work. Once they go into organization, obviously they'll be facing a different challenge, different reports. Okay. No one has ever come back to us saying that I'm not able to work, especially in Power BI. Not even a single person has come back and saying that I'm finding it difficult, I'm not able to work. No one has ever come. It's all because we make each one of you to work. Okay. Every morning, that is, we usually take class in the evening, right? So every morning, you'll also have a placement cell call. So every alternative days or every day, post you join the institute, you will know about us. You'll be having a placement call. So you can talk to our team. You can say that why you're not getting calls, what is that mistakes you have done. We will review your resume. So you have a lot of people in our team who can help you in getting your Naukri profile validated, LinkedIn profile validated, your resume corrections. And Mahesh will be there who can always guide you in figuring it out what went wrong. All this we will be checking it. Okay. Now, that's the first thing. Okay. First negative point is we will make you to work. No exception. Only if you are ready to work, only if you are able to do our assignments, please join the course. Else, please don't join. I'm telling you upfront, if you're not ready to work, if you're not ready to do the assignments, this is not the place for you. This is a 100% negative about KSR. If you don't work, this is not the place. And we don't teach only basics. As I'm telling, I'm not from a training field. Whatever I'm doing in the organization, I'm helping you here. And second thing is, just like your school, colleges, we track your attendance. We track your attendance. Remember that. In case if you're absent, we're not going to complain to your parents. Okay. You will not get assistance from us. Very simple. You attend, you get the assistance. You don't attend, you will not get assistance. As simple as that. Okay. If you want, I can also show, hoping that there is no KSR team here. I can show you a bit of, see, these are all the today morning class. Okay. Imagine that it's a morning class. Okay. I can go and see the attendance. See, P means present, A means absent. We can see who is present and who is absent. Okay, if you're thinking, that's what I keep saying, right? KSR is not an institute. More than that, Okay, and I'm also saying it very openly, we all track everything. How many times you have watched the videos, how much time you spent, whether you've attended the each class, are you doing the assignments, are you concentrating? That I cannot say because we are like off video, we are not connected over video, except that everything we are going to track. And in between also give you assignments, and we keep on tracking you. This is a, we are watching, it's like a big boss, we all are always watching you. Okay, you'll not believe, we have hired certain people only to watch you people, whether your people are doing the assignments, whatever you're sending in the WhatsApp, the assignments, the snapshots, everything we are tracking. So that's how, again, a point that you need to remember. Okay, and this application is also built by the KSR people. That's why we track everything. We have our own system, we have our own LMS, we have our own application, we do track everything. So please do remember, before joining this, you have to go through the process. The reason why I'm saying you all this is, Power BI is 9 years old. Okay, Power BI is 9 years old, and I'm teaching you in 4.5 months. That means this 4.5 months you have to put efforts. Okay, and you can easily showcase as 4-5 years of experience in Power BI after this course. We don't want you to go to a company and struggle there. So for that, we are making a strict rules here. You have to follow some rules and regulations. You have to attend the class, you have to attend the placement classes, you have to go through certain process where we will be tracking you, you have to speak up in the class, you have to open your mouth, you have to present something. After the all the classes, I'll be giving some assignments where you have to give a presentation to everyone. If you can't open your mouth in this class, 100% I can give you a written document, you're not going to open in your mouth in your client meeting. For sure you'll come back. We don't want to get that into trouble, because we are the people who have to answer our management. If you people are coming back after learning course, after joining, if you're again coming back to us, then what is the point of training? Right? So we cannot go and answer our management. So in order to do that, we also have a bit of things that you need to follow. You have to do the assignments. There is no escaping. Okay, 1 or 2 times, maybe some emergency, we may accept it. Okay, we may accept for extensions, but timeline is very important. If you're not completing the task here in KSR, for sure, when the client also gives, you will not do it and they'll fire you. So why to do all these complications? Just follow the process. Just listen to what I'm saying. 100% you'll get job. Who can go for this course? I come from a background where I have a communication issues. I come from a background where my age is 45. I come from a background where I took a gap for my marriage. I come from a background where I studied BCom, BSc. What should I do? Well, to answer all your question, to learn this course, the most important thing is no coding background required. You need not be a computer science student. You need not be a bachelor or even a master's, nothing. You just have a single degree. We have come to a stage in IT where IT is preferring only a degree. They don't ask which degree it is. You just need to have a degree. And nowadays, in the current technology, current trend, they prefer skills over degree. So if you have a right skill, they are not even worried about your degree. So please don't think that only engineering students can go to a IT job. No, the trend has changed. I have a lot of my colleagues who have done BCom, BSc and still are working with me. We are still next to next. Maybe the package will be less. If you're coming from an engineer background, maybe your package could have been more, but other things doesn't even matter. Okay. And apart from that, career gap, definitely you can learn this, because if you're learning any other skill, obviously expectations will be there. This one, whatever expectations be there, you'll be only working with the tool only. Inside that Power BI desktop only, you'll be doing whatever it is. So it's very easy for you to grab. Okay. See, for example, you take a mobile app, let's say PUBG game or something like that. When you have seen for the first time, you don't know what it is. But when you keep on using, you become an expert. Similarly, think that is as an app. It's just an app. The more you use, the better you become. As simple as that. Okay. See, opportunity for freshers, I would say opportunity for freshers is down for all over the technologies. It's not only about Power BI, you take any technology, opportunity for freshers is always less. But comparatively, if you learn this, somewhere or the other way, you can at least get around 2-3 calls. If you are just having a Java training or a testing training and you go for a training, there are 500 to 6,000 students who will come if there is an opening. But for data analytics, no one is actually knowing this. So it's a good opportunity if you learn it. I'm not saying that you will get 10 or 15 calls. At least 2 to 3 calls you can expect. You can have some small internships. If nothing is working out, we will give you some projects. Maybe you can build that projects and start showcasing that in your profile. So we will help you. And one more negative point I didn't tell you, that you need to have a mandatory LinkedIn account. Without your LinkedIn account, we are not going to take your admission. Okay, we will help you how to create it. We will help you how to create it, how to create a LinkedIn account, how you need to create your profile, everything we will help you. Even after helping you, if you're not creating a LinkedIn account, we are sorry to say this, we are not going to accept your admission. Okay, this is a very straightforward. As I said, right, I already told you positives. I'm also telling you negatives. Now it's up to you whether you can adjust with the negatives. Welcome to KSR. If you're not able to adjust with this, I can only say all the best. Okay, so listen carefully, all this. Followed by anyone who wants to shift from non-technical to technical. Yes, this is a right opportunity because it comes with no coding skill. Easily one can learn. Okay, followed by if you're working with any of the other, for example, testing Java, easily you can shift to your data analytics. So as long as data doesn't come down, you will always have opportunity. Okay, there's one person who always asks me, when does this course go down? Okay, there are two things. When does the complete data analytics will go down? Two things can happen. Okay, the first thing is we have 1 lakh openings. Okay, if we have 1 lakh Power BI developers, maybe it will be supply chain will be matching. The day we have more openings, that day if you have a lot of people who already know Power BI, that means the role will become stable. That means you may have very less opportunities, but we haven't come to that stage yet. Nowadays, we do have Power BI developers. In my project itself, I have 6 Power BI developers who are sitting on bench. The next 2 months, they don't get project, they'll be thrown out. But still I have a requirement of 10 Power BI developers, but I'm not taking them. You know why? They lag in solution provider. They only do report. The day one I've told you, right? You need to start giving ideas. See, there can be n number of Power BI developers, but if you are only building a report, I'm sorry, we are not going to give you the project. You have to help them in analyzing. You have to speak. You have to have a very good communication skill. You need to speak to your clients, share ideas, thoughts, improvements, do the data cleaning, explore more, ready to learn multiple technologies. The reason why I'm not taking the people who are on bench and I'm out searching outside because they're not ready to learn. I'm saying, hey, why can't we learn Azure? No, I'm a Power BI developer. I will do only Power BI. Can you at least learn SQL? Because we need to pull the data from SQL. No. I will do only Power BI. This type of attitude people we will not take into project. Very simple, straight away. So there are a lot of Power BI people in the company as well as on the bench. They're not ready to learn. And that's why I'm saying be ready to scale up. Only way to survive in IT, there is no escape from that. You have to keep on learning. Learn until you die. That's the statement I can tell if you're working in IT. And trust me, IT is the only place where you need not invest any money except this fees. You're going to invest money here except this fees. There is nothing that you'll be doing investment. There is no risk. If you're doing a business, you have to work hard. For example, KSR is at risk. They have to always think about more ideas, more thoughts, more courses. So they're running a business. So running a business is risky. But for you people, just get trained, get into an organization, work for 20 days, earn 80,000. Who else don't need this? Just work for 20,000, work for 20 days, no Saturday, Sunday, 1 to 30, Just work for 20 days, 31st you'll get the salary and you'll get 80,000. Who will not do this? Right? So this is the only place where you don't have risk. And this is the only skill where you need not even put more efforts. No work pressure, work-life balance, everything is there because it doesn't come with coding. You need not break your brain. You just analyze, do the report. So please make sure that you start loving the subject. Okay. And at last, after completing this course, definitely you'll be learning SQL. You'll become a professional quality Power BI developer. Also, you'll be getting the latest updates from Microsoft and you'll be gaining the knowledge on cloud service. And I can say that you are ready to step into company. The way we train you, for sure, that will be the day you'll be ready to go into the company. Okay. So all these are the things I just wanted to tell about KSR. After this, if you still have any open questions, please do ask. I can answer all of your questions. We have our own app, KSR Data Vision, which is a LMS portal. Going forward, after the first 5 free classes, you have to attend all the classes from this app itself. You cannot get this video anywhere except our app. All the assignments, homeworks, all the tracking, everything will happen only from our app. Okay, any questions?
Santosh, it's, what is the effect on effect of this chat GP on this data analytics?
Okay, you go and search in Google. You go and search in Google or Chat GPT and you type something. Okay, I want a Flipkart report. Is it going to give you? Is it going to give you this report? Let me try. Let me try. Okay, I'll open a Chat GPT. I'll open a Chat GPT. Okay, I'll attach an Excel sheet. Electronic store data. I'll attach an electronic store data. Hey, Chat GPT, can you do a Power BI report for me? Why it's taking so time? I think it's doing Power BI report backside. Let's see. What it says here? Can you read it very loudly?
Yes, well, I can't directly create or run Power BI here.
Who has to do it? Will ChatGPT come and sit on behalf of you? It will do it.
Okay.
You have to sit and do it. It may give you ideas. It may give you the formulas. It may give you which chart to use. But who have to do it? You have to sit and do it.
Okay.
Who has done this
Yes.
report?
So
I
the
have done
same way,
this.
the same way the effect of this artificial intelligence on this Power BI.
Whatever it is, your
Yeah.
artificial intelligence, all these tools, it can only help you. It can only make your work better. It is not a replacement. As of now, a lot of companies are saying we are using artificial intelligence, we'll do a like cost cutting, we'll fire a lot of people. But in terms of data analytics, it's not going to happen. I have heard that a lot of automation jobs have gone. Even I've heard it from my friends. My friends have experienced, but not for data related subjects. Live example I've shown you. Who has done this report? I have done this report. Now, instead of me, if I ask a chat GPT, it clearly says that, boss, I cannot do it. I can guide you. That's it. Right? Any other question?
Hey Santosh,
When are we going to get that organizational email?
The after your registration process, first 5 days will be a free session. Once you get registered, we'll take another 1 week time for generating the email ID because we have to generate for each and every person. So it may take around 10 days. Post 10 days, we'll be giving you.
yeah, Santosh, do we know the fee structures or how it?
Yeah, let me tell you that as well. The fee structure will be 30,000. Okay. So the reason why we are taking 30,000 is we are going to give you 1 year license. Okay. License and we are going to give you 4 months of Pro, Premium, and the recently launched Fabric Access. So all this will be included. Ideally, I should not say this, but still I'm saying we are paying 4.5K per user to Microsoft. So this itself will 4.5K for user itself will go in license, and that's why we are just charging 30. I mean, ideally it should have been 27. So we are still giving for 27 if you do a one-time payment. One-time payment if you do, you'll get it for 27. Okay. If you're opting for installments, then you have to pay 10K into 3 times. So that's it comes to 30K. If you're opting for one prime, obviously you'll get 3,000 discount. Okay.
And Santosh, Power BI doesn't give individual subscription?
For individual subscription only, we are going to give you the access, right? Each and every one we are going to give one
like
subscription.
If you are paying 4.5K, so if we take our own subscription, can't we get it online?
Yeah, you can take. It will charge you 7K.
Okay, it will be expensive.
Yeah,
no free trial period?
No, free trial period will not work, because end of the day we are working for one organization, right? KSR is an organization. If you are opting for a separate license, you can use it. You have to pay 7K or 8K including Fabric. But what happens is you cannot communicate with anyone in our KSR, right? We are all going to work as a project. We are working as an organization. So if you are using a KSR data vision domain, you can communicate to anyone who is in this company. And if you are using any separate one, there is no point in doing one project with us, right? You'll be like isolated.
Yes, got your point. And whom to contact for resume building and LinkedIn profile?
Everything I'll be explaining in the class. There's nothing out of this class. Everything I'll be explaining. Resume preparation, resume guidance, one-to-one mentorship, along with all this LinkedIn account, Naukri profile, interview guidance, mock interviews, everything I'll be there. Apart from my class time, if you want any guidance, Mahesh is there. So Mahesh will handle in case if you need an off time, like for example, morning time, you need some guidance, you can always reach out to our team.
Okay, thank you for clarification.
Yeah, hi Santosh.
Yes.
In this course, we'll be having like database, Power BI, and Azure for Fabric, right?
Yes.
So if you are not aware of Azure basics or anything else, so we are good to go with this.
Everything we will be teaching from scratch. Okay. So the roadmap will be like this. The roadmap will be like this. We will be learning. Actually, we have already completed SQL. So people who are like going for a SQL has to go through recordings or can join the next batch. So this will be the roadmap. First, we have learned SQL. Now we are accepting new admission for Power BI. So Power BI is nowhere related to SQL. That is why we are accepting. See, for example, last month we started SQL. Okay, we have completed that. This is completed, and a lot of people have joined now. Okay, I've joined now. So you will be learning this. You'll also be getting recording for this Power BI. And apart from that, you be any data-driven technology, SQL is mandatory. So in case if we are starting any other batch, you can attend SQL there. For example, maybe 15 days down the line, I may start one morning batch. So you may attend there. You pay once, attend as many times as possible. If you need a particular time, you can go with a recording for this. Or if you prefer a live class, you can go with any class. In KSR, SQL is mandatory. You learn any technology, SQL is mandatory. So you can join any course for SQL. But as of now, we are starting from this part.
For SQL means we are going with SQL Server or MySQL or
MySQL.
MySQL. Okay.
Santosh, I joined in the SQL class, and I mean the last month batch only, but I missed the starting some 10, 12 classes. Will I join for the next batch for the
Yeah,
SQL?
you can join as many batches you want, or you can go with the recordings. It's completely up to you.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Santosh,
And
so do we need to
Santosh?
pay separately this for this SQL, or it will be there will be no
Sorry, what?
including? Do we need to pay separate for SQL?
No, complete package is 30K with license.
Yeah, okay. So only for SQL, those who have not, those who miss, they can attend in other classes.
Yeah,
Right?
only people who have missed SQL. See, it's SQL is a common. You have to learn everywhere, right? You go to any skill, it's like your English language. You go to company, you have to know English. Similarly, you go with any data-driven, SQL is common. So we have already completed SQL. If you want to go back and learn, you can always go back. Only hardly 16 or 17 classes are there. So you can go back and see the recordings. No, I am paying 30,000. I have to attend live class means you can join in any other batch.
Okay, so do we get that time schedule or how?
Yeah, we'll have multiple times. 6:30 we have, 8 o'clock we have, 9:30 we have. You can choose whichever batch you want.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Santosh, Power
Who
BI
will
can
be the
integrate with Azure sorry, AWS as well.
Yeah,
Amazon Web Services.
Azure ADF is covered, right?
Yeah, that is covered. But can we integrate it with AWS Power BI?
We can
Is it
do it.
possible?
We can do
Okay.
it, but I'll be helping you with Azure only because Azure is
Yes, yes.
also Microsoft product. Power BI is also Microsoft product. But the good thing about Power BI is you can integrate to any tool.
Any tool. Okay. Thank you.
Any other question?
Santosh,
Yes.
which course is better for fresher?
For fresher, see, obviously freshers everywhere it's a challenging. So you can also go with if you're looking for non-coding, this is a good one. If you're a fresher and if you're ready to take risk, I would prefer data engineering. So data engineering, you will also get more opportunities. Even though I'm talking about Power BI here, if you choose a coding language, always it could be demand. For freshers, first preference I will go with data engineering. Second preference, I want to understand your background. Okay, I'm not liking coding, then you go for data analytics.
Okay. Thank you.
Santosh, what is the importance of Python in data analytics?
Not mandatory. If you know it, it's an advantage, but it's not mandatory. No one is asking like only if you know Python, I'll hire you. No. If you know Power BI and SQL and Azure, it's more than enough to get a job. But if you know it, it's added advantage.
Santosh, quick question. Like, what are the contents into the fabrics that we are going to learn?
See, Fabric, it's just been 8 months. Okay. So we hardly cover 7 to 8 hours of what we have already seen. By the time you come to the Fabric, there could be more updates. See, we are always keeping updated. Okay. Tomorrow also we have a like workshop that is organized by Microsoft. So we as a KSR team, we are visiting in Bangalore. So we have always taking the updates from Microsoft, right? So by the time you come to the Fabric, it will take another 2 months. In 2 months, whatever update has already happened, you will be learning. Compared to last batch, you will also be learning more because last batch it was 8 months old. For your batch, 10 months old. So obviously you'll be learning more. So it's a new update. So every now and then we are keeping track of it and we will be revising the syllabus. We'll be adding more syllabus points and obviously you'll be getting more of information in your current batch. If you want to specifically know what we are covering, we already have a syllabus. You can go through it. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we have completed all the theory part. We have completed all the theory part. The next class onwards, we are going to have practicals. Next class onwards, everything is going to be practicals. Okay. So the next class is also going to be on Wednesday. So tomorrow there is no class. We have a workshop that is organized by Microsoft and we as a KSR team will be visiting. So we'll not be able to take up the class tomorrow. So the next class will be on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, you will again have the free sessions of 5 class we have promised. So we're already in the third class. Thursday, Friday we have completed. Today, Monday we have completed. So next class will be on Wednesday. So please make use of it. From Wednesday, we'll be starting all the practicals.